We're on a mission from God.
Gildoon Bass here, y'all. I'm going to show you how to get together a trot line. One of many ways, but this way works just fine. And you can learn how to do it pretty quick with a little practice. Get your trot line, measure you out about 10 or 12 feet off, and set it off, just lay it over there. That'll tie to whatever you're going to tie to at one end of your trot line. Stump, tree, concrete block, whatever. Okay, then you're going to thread all your swivels onto your trot line one at a time. How many ever hooks you want, put that many swivels on here. All right, get a hold of all that just like this, where none of it will slip. And make a loop like this. Come through the loop like that, drop it. Tighten that down and make a loop just like that, okay? Now reach down here and get one swivel. Bring it all the way up to that knot you just made. Get a hold of it like that. Reach down here and grab all the rest of them. Now I'm gonna make another loop, okay? Watch this, just like that, and drop it. The trick here is keep your left fingers near that other knot and start pulling all the slack off like this until you get that knot worked down within about an inch, anywhere from a ½ inch to 2 inches, it don't matter, okay? Pull it down tight, and now you got that swivel in between them two knots, okay? And it's important to get the right size swivel for the right size trot line where it can't go through. You'll have to check that. It's this one works, okay? All right, now, you know, there's gonna be a drop line on there eventually, but right now, here's what you do next. Measure out about 5, in my case, 5 to 6 feet is how far apart I like them, because I'm after big catfish, and if I put them every 2 feet, the law allows you to in Arkansas, every 2 feet minimum. You get a big cat on there and he'll have 2 or 3 hooks in his fillets, really messing them up. So I separate that thing out 4 or 5 feet, or 4 to 6 feet. I don't have to be exact, okay? Right here is about 4.5, 5 feet. Doing the same thing I did a minute ago. I've got where the next hook's gonna go. Loop this, come through, drop it, tighten it down, boom. Pull one swivel up, get a hold of that knot and that swivel, reach down here and grab all the rest of this, make another loop, come through, drop it. Keep your fingers in that loop, pull it slack out like this, work it down to where it's a 1 inch or so, doesn't have to be exact, away from that other knot, tighten it up, boom. Repeat till you get how many ever swivels and hooks you're gonna have on there. Do that, repeat till you're done. Then, we're gonna put on a drop line, okay? On a drop line, you're gonna measure out, or just reach out here and get about 2.5 feet of rope, whichever drop line you want to use. I like a pretty stout one. Cut it off, because you're only going to get half the length of this, because you're going to put these ends together like so, loop them around, feed it through the hole twice, okay? Boom. Get hold of it, work the slack out this way, then put some mustard on it, cinch it down good, and put that knot right in the middle. Reach up here and pinch that off real tight together, okay? I use big hooks with big holes in them. You want to start on the barb side and go through. You got to get hooks with big holes in them or it won't work, okay? Go through like so. Now watch this. I'm gonna come back and loop that hook through that hole, cinch it down, and make sure it's up above the hook. See, that's good, that's the way it's supposed to be. If it locks up down there, fix that, that's no good. Get it above the hook, like so. Cinch it down real good, like so. Then let it hang down here, evenly pinch this end off, like that again. And now what we're going to do, put the drop lines on eventually is come through the other end of that swivel. All right, came through the end of the swivel. Pull this thing evenly tight like so. Loop that hook up through there like so, and the knot, and then pull this down. And make sure again it's not on top of the swivel, it's down below, because it'll eventually cut through it if you don't. Like so. Yes, sir. And there's your drop line. That's about it. Secure it on both ends. I personally like to take a little plastic bottle and fill it about 3/4 of the way full, leave just a little air in it, tighten it down real tight, tied into the middle of my trot line. When I sink it with concrete blocks on both ends, if you don't do this, a lot of times it'll get hung up on bottom. Sometimes you can't avoid that, but I put that bottle right in the middle of that whole 80 feet or 100 feet long line, sometimes 150 feet long, and right in the middle, and it'll bring it up off bottom, but it won't come all the way to the top. Keep adding water until it sinks slowly when you let go of your trot line. That way it'll stop and it'll hold that trot line just up off the bottom. It also makes it easier when I come back by and I stick my Redneck homemade hook down there to pull up on that trot line. This is about 11 feet long here. I need it up off the bottom where I can get a hold of it with that hook, see? And what's fun is when you reach down there and you get a hold of it and you feel, then you know something's going on. Get the net, boys, that's your keeper. Yes, sir.